Hello and welcome nobody. What is the stupidest way you've injured yourself? Let's jump right into it. I dropped something behind my couch, leaned over the back to pick it up and cracked a rib. Was in pain for a week. I'm getting old as hell. Walked onto a manhole cover that was not placed on correctly, ended up in hospital and had to have 3 surgeries over 4 months. Shot myself in the eye with a Nerf gun. I looked into the barrel to see if it was loaded. I was 8. Sounds like a supervillain backstory. And that's how I became Bozo, the one-eyed moron. Thought I could walk my dog on a leash while riding my bike. Dog saw a squirrel, yanked me off my bike. I broke a few bones in my hand. Dog was like, "What did you expect would happen?" When I was a kid, we had blue carpet in the living room. I had just watched some movie or show where the character jumped into a painting, and I started thinking maybe if I believed really hard, the blue carpet would turn into a vast ocean. So I climbed onto the recliner and swan dove into the floor. Hey, it's not like you didn't fly. Stabbed myself in the leg with a piece of metal. It was really thin and tapered at the tip, so when you swung it, it would hear this really cool whoosh noise. I swung down way too hard and went right into my shin. Bad times. I did this, but I swung up instead, ripped my forehead. Imagine swinging a blade into your head. I found my dad's EpiPen one day while looking for mouth spray for my sore throat. It obviously wasn't what I was looking for, but I wanted to figure it out. How it worked. I ended up shooting the needle clear through my thumb. Ouch. I then hid the evidence of my stupidity and told my mum until years later. That is very unhygienic and not safe. I rode a bike with no shoes and no brakes. God. Stopping with my foot out of habit and skinned the entire top of my foot off. That is disgusting. Had a coworker who lost a toe riding a bike barefoot, and when she was a kid she used to scare kids into wearing shoes. That story. My stepfather is missing right big toe as a result of riding his bike with no shoes as a kid. Caught between the chain and the spoke, no more toe. That is disgusting. Dude, I died reading this. So did that dude's toe. I'm a welder. I work with really hot steel parts constantly, but I regularly burn myself on the microwave meals I eat for lunch. I don't understand how microwave meals survive the cooking process. My leftovers go in for 30 minutes, and it sounds like a World War II airstrike's popping off. Microwave meals tell you to put that shit in for 3 minutes, stir, then another 100 years, and they come out fine. Dark magics. Tried to get a cheap laugh out of my ex. I threw a hammer as hard as I could at a tree. The hammer bounced off the tree and I turned just in time for it to hit me in the small of my back. A miracle I'm not paralyzed. Thank goodness you weren't throwing an axe. Broke my 5th metatarsal in my left foot when my heel slid sideways out of half-in wedge sandal. Cartwheeled on my left foot from the heel to my toes. Landed on my right hip. 3 months in a walking boot. Or were the sandals really cute? Yes, black slip-ons, wide stretch band across in my step. My favourite summer sandals went with everything. Had to toss them, tore the band. I was pulling a heavy blanket up. My hand slipped off it, and my thumb with a longish nail went through straight into my eye. Nah, he just pulled it out using the nearest pair of tweezers and band-aid over it. Punched myself in the tit while trying to F around with my sleeves. I don't know how it happens, but it happens often. Helping my husband replace the bathroom fan, so I was standing on the side of the bathtub. I had this plastic hook glued to the shower wall hanging a loofah on, so I went to get down and slid down the wall and hooked up my butt cheek to the wall. It hurt so bad, it was hilarious. I'm in my 40s and this happened recently. I bent over while having a shower and gorged a hole above my tailbone on the bathtub. Threw a grape in the air to catch it in my mouth. It fell on the floor and I bent down to pick it up and smashed my face into a windowsill. That's a very convenient windowsill. I have so many responses to this, my goodness me. tore a tendon in my finger when tearing a single sheet of paper, knocked myself out by bumping my head whilst on the Eiffel Tower, fell off the bed and sprained my ankle whilst trying to remove a moth from my brother's room, broke my knuckle when I banged my hand against the door accidentally while dancing. The list is endless. You need to be like, put in a straitjacket for your own protection. I think we might be long lost twins. Look at my comment. Tried to stand up off the floor of a pub toilet after drunk dialing my ex and tore my knee cartilage. Was on crutches for a couple of weeks after that, ended up needing surgery. My friend saw a jellyfish on the beach, then kicked it like on purpose, and knowing what it was, they had to go to the ER. The level of ballast that a jellyfish is through the roof. Without my knee, while walking down 3 steps in front of my parents' house, had to get knee scoped. One time in middle school, I was ready to head to school, but I couldn't find any pants. When I finally did, I got so excited and lifted them up really fast as a way to cheer. All of a sudden, I felt so much pain in my shoulder. I had to go to the doctor. It turns out I dislocated my shoulder and had to wear a sling for the next few days. Fell out of a rubbish bin and broke a lamp with my head. I was a dumb kid, wondered how much it would hurt if I whacked myself in the head with a hammer. It hurt a lot. So how much did it hurt? It's the dumbest thing I can't remember. Manscaping with scissors. I sliced a bit of the base of my D. Best thing, I was alone, I was afraid I was going to die, even if it was superficial. I applied some alcohol and some pressure. At this day, my D has a nice Geralt of Rivia vibes. I managed to break a toe kicking a balloon.